All right, let's get this going. Okay, hi, welcome. This isn't my normal video. Normally I upload Kato Shoujo, but today we're doing a tier list. Not only because YouTube likes tier lists, not only because I like tier lists, but because I wanted to make this. I just wanted to make this. So let's throw down some context before we do this. Final Fantasy is one of my favorite series of all time, game-wise. I'll have stories and stuff when we get there, but I love Final Fantasy games. I've played almost all of them. I've beaten every single one past 6, more or less. Besides like the 2s and 3s of the world. I haven't played 10-2. I played it. I don't know. We'll get there. So my idea is Katawa Shoujo will still be going, and I have another visual novel as soon as we finish that one. We're getting very, very close to the end, and I have another visual novel. I'm sorry, I hit the mic. Jeez. I have another visual novel I want to start. But during all of that, I want to also be playing all the Final Fantasy games in order. Not in like 10-minute episodes like I do Katawa Shoujo and all that, not even 20-minute. I want to do like hour-long, like just sort of streams, maybe even stream them, and then just throw up the VOD. And if you care about watching that, you can watch it. Most people probably won't, but whatever. So the main reason being I just love Final Fantasy games, and I've always had this dream of playing all of them like in order. And this is the only chance I'll really have, I think, to do it. So let's put that out of the way. Let's get. Am I covering any of the games? No, I'm not. All right, cool. So we'll just do them in order here. Final Fantasy X-2. So let's throw F. Will be like never played, because there are a lot of games I've never played. And then D are games I've played a little. Yeah. That being said, I do think... Can we create tiers? Oops. No? Oh, okay. I've never actually used tier list maker before. I want to make a new tier, because these two tiers are important. However, let's add a row below. And this will be, what color should this be? We should make this like a pink. Yeah. Pink is the new D tier. And then maybe we'll also have an E tier, or a D tier. E tier? F tier. Sorry, I'm very bad at this. I'm not exactly the best YouTuber around. Okay, so we got our D tier, we got our F tier. F tier is this trash shit. We'll get there. Final Fantasy X-2 is I've played a little bit. This is actually sort of like a gateway. The games I've played a little bit are, I don't know. But if I had to personally rank it, it'd probably be in C from what I have played. But we'll get there. Final Fantasy X, clearly the S tier. I'm sorry if you hate that game. A lot of people do. It's not the only S tier, but it is one of them. It is one of these games. Mainly, one of the reasons why I'm actually even doing this whole series is just to replay Final Fantasy X for like the millionth time. But genuinely a beautiful game. And also, I should have covered this in the beginning. If you haven't played any of the games, don't worry. I'm not going to be spoiling anything. If you know, maybe you just want to take this journey with me, because you know. Because I will be playing through all of them. Also, for the record, I should actually just delete this now. You know what I mean? I should just delete the row. Did that get rid of 10-2? I put it on the bottom. Okay, so never played is never played, like 4 after whatever. I haven't played that. Only played a little is only going to be like, 10-2 and a couple others. So I'm going to put that in C because that's where I think it belongs. And the point is that I will get to the end of this series and then I will redo this tier list based on having just played all of them. So right now, 10-2 is a C. But maybe if I beat the game, maybe it'll go to an A. Maybe I'll love it. Maybe I'll hate it and it'll go to an F. I don't know. But right now it's a C in my mind because I liked the garment system. Kinda. I never played 11, and also for the record, I will not be playing 11 or 14. If 14 is on here, probably is. Yeah. I've actually only played a little bit of 14, but because it's an MMO and there's technically no end, I'm not going to be playing them. Sorry. 12. I love 12. 12 to me is an A. I never beat it. This is one of them that I actually never beat past 6. I think the only one that I haven't beat past 6, and obviously 10 too. But I got to the final boss, and I started grinding, and then I didn't beat it. But I loved 12. I love the systems in 12. 13 too, I have actually beat, and that was a D. The gameplay, personally, I was not a fan of, and I don't really care about the characters in it. I'm sorry. Lightning Returns, I have actually only played a little bit of. Personally, I actually think it's more of a C. I played a little bit, very, very tiny bit. Enough to consider it never played, because I don't even think I got past the first chapter. But I do love time mechanics, I just didn't get into it, so I never got the chance. So I'm leaving it and never played. 13, a lot of people put 13 down in F. A lot of people hate 13. I love 13. 13 is one of the best. I think it's personally beautiful to watch, and the gameplay is actually surprisingly fun. Each battle isn't like clicking A, clicking the attack button, clicking the magic, whatever. Even though it is auto battle, you know, I think it's more of a puzzle game. I think it's like, how do you defeat the enemies? It's cool. I think it goes up there with 12 in how unique and cool it is. And this may invalidate a lot of people's opinions on, I mean, my opinion for the rest of the list, but bear with me, please. 15, I hated 15. 15 to me was bad. I think it looks good. I hated the gameplay. And then there was actually a point where I was so bored. I was doing side quests for so long. And then Persona 5 came out in a week. Or I thought it was going to come out in a week. Turns out it was going to be a month. But I thought it was going to come out in a week. So I beat the game in one day. I was on like chapter 3 or something, and then went all the way to the end in one day because I didn't do any side quests because I got tired of driving around. So I'm throwing that one in C. I think personally, if I go back, I might enjoy it more than my memory serves. I think maybe I was just in a bad place when I played it or something. I don't know. Final Fantasy 1, I have barely played. Final Fantasy 1. To the point maybe you can consider it to be never played. I think I may have gotten halfway, but I don't remember. I don't think I ever got to Bahamut's castle and changed things. So, is it castle? I don't even know. But right now, as far as I know, I think Final Fantasy 1 is a B, because I enjoyed it. Kind of. Maybe even a C. You know what? I'll throw this at the top of C, because I genuinely don't remember the gameplay, and I'm excited to go back. Final Fantasy 2, however, is a solid B for me, because I got to the end, I got to the final boss, or area, I think. I don't think I actually got to the boss, but it was really fun, and I had actually ruined the game because of the mechanics. I never made a mage. I just had everybody attacking the whole time, because I didn't really like doing magic, and running out of MP sucked. But we'll get back to it. I always really, really, really wanted to replay 2. Now that I fully understood. 3, I will throw in never played. I've played the first chapter section like 6 times, and I just never got into it. So that'll be a fun one to get into. DS, well, I don't even know about Final Fantasy 4 DS. Final Fantasy 4, I got to like 75%. I thought it was the end, but I looked it up later and it wasn't. So, personally, I thought it was a B, maybe even an A. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the main characters arc and all that, the 2 main character guys. I think they're really cool. I think this will go up when I beat it, because I enjoyed it a lot, but I wasn't able to fully enjoy it. Actually, now that I think about it, I did get really far. I did get through like most things. And it's up in a B right now. I think when I beat it, it might go up to an A, but we'll see. 5, I love 5. I think the music in 5 is amazing. I love all the characters and their little quirks. The villain, everything sort of doesn't resonate with me as hard as everything above B, so I'm going to throw it in B for now. Maybe even above 4, definitely above 4. Maybe even above 2, yeah, above 2. I loved the music, and the music kills this, but with Battle on the Big Bridge, ugh, so good. Okay, Final Fantasy 6, my personal favorite, not even gonna hesitate. Final Fantasy 6 is my absolute favorite Final Fantasy game, even though 10 has its beautiful cutscenes and all that, and the beautiful music. 6 was my first Final Fantasy game, after 10. I actually played 10 first as a child, watched my brother play it. But 6 was my first personal Final Fantasy game where I was able to just sit through, experience everything, and I go through memories throughout my entire life playing that game. So you'll hear me mention them a lot because I bring them up every single time I play 6. So 7, also a lot of people consider it to be the best Final Fantasy game. You know, it's Cloud and Sephiroth, or they're so cool, it should be the best of all time, or whatever. Personally, I think it goes in A, above 13, obviously, maybe, and above 12. But yeah, I like it more than 12. It's not the greatest of the great to me. Personally, I know it's an amazing game. Mechanically, I just don't like Sephiroth as a character, but we'll get there. 8 is great. I love 8. I love the aesthetic. I love the military school stuff. I love it. It's going bottom of S. Some people will hate this opinion. Personally, I think 8's just a little bit better. Even though the main characters are a little bit like washed. I wouldn't call Squall a washed down Cloud. I think he's actually more, he's like Cloud with more of a personality. Please don't hate me for saying these things. Final Fantasy 9. I love 9. I've beaten it. I've tried replaying it a couple times. I'm never actually able to replay it, especially to the same degree. I think because when I played 9 the first time, I was so into it. It was like my favorite at the time. Not really, because 10 and 7, 6 always had my heart, but it was like better than 8 and 7 at the time for me. And like now, I wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't be able to do the Chocobo Forest and all that, even to get like the ultimate weapon and playing the card game and like all that I did the first time. I wouldn't be able to do it anymore. So I think it's a B, maybe over 5. Maybe over 5 kind of B. Yeah, I don't think anything deserves F, genuinely, on this list. Like, if I was to move things down a bit, it would probably look like that. But I don't think that was an F. Maybe it was an F. No, I like time travel. But I hated having 2 characters. And this is the final list. Final Fantasy Tactics. Personally, I played it. I love it. It's not going to be played in the series, but I mean, since it's here on the list, I do love Final Fantasy Tactics. That one's going in A. Thank you for watching. Yeah. This is a list. Actually, 15 going under 10-2 is wrong. 15 is actually top of C. I'm sorry that was sitting there if you love 15. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me on the list. I hope that we can actually play through these and this isn't just me blowing smoke. And I hope genuinely that by the end of this journey that we're on together, this list will be changed. This will be like up here. Maybe this will be like up there. Maybe this will be like here. Maybe they'll all be S by the end. You know, maybe the Final Fantasy was the friends we made along the way.